I think I'm wearing the same sweater that I wore in my last video. Huh. That's a coincidence. Hey guys, it's actually MissLexiBean, and today, well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm sorry I haven't posted in a long time. I don't know what to post, I don't know what videos to make, and if you see my last video, I'm just don't want to make a bunch of videos and have them all put away because I don't want my channel to be taken down if I accidentally did something wrong, because I frankly don't know what I'm doing. I mean, shocker. But today, oh yeah, I noticed in my last video that I just touched my hair a lot. I see it in the camera and I don't know what to do with it. I don't want it to look stupid, so just gonna leave it like that. Anyway, today I'm going to tell you the story how I got this dent in my nose. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's right there. Can you see it? No, to me it's very noticeable, but you probably don't see anything, just a regular nose. And I thought it'd be a fun story considering I haven't, not a fun story, it's kind of something that's engraved into my brain. It's not the funnest time in my life. But in some of my TikToks, if you follow me on TikTok, well, you guys don't probably notice it, but to me it's very noticeable that in some of my TikToks, the lighting makes it so my scar is very noticeable to see. So I'm gonna explain how I got the scar on my nose. So let's begin. Really cool effects, but I can. Okay, so this started when I was 6. Well, it was 2012. Wait, how old was I? Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I was 6. I was 6, almost 7. And as you all know, well, not you all, but as some of you know, I have an older brother, and he was 8, and I have an older brother, so it's my job to be annoying as possible and be the annoying little sister. I hear so many noises while I record stuff. Probably a little closer. Anyway, so one day I went upstairs and I saw my brother minding his own business. He was sitting on the couch and he was just watching TV. And I sat up next to him and I'm just being annoying. I'm just being annoying. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was being annoying. And he gives me many warnings saying, just leave me alone. Just leave. He's telling me to stop being annoying because I was being very annoying. I'm so bad at explaining things. Basically, I was being very annoying and he wanted me to stop. So then at one point, he had enough of it and he pushed me off of the couch. Actually, I don't remember what he did. I think he stood up and like grabbed me off of the couch and he meant to like throw me into the middle of the room. He didn't expect me to like, it wasn't enough to make me fall, just like make me walk backwards a little bit. But he picked me up and then threw me supposedly towards the middle of the room. I'm using my bear to have an example. And to the very side of the living room. This is the living room. There we have 3 windows, and they're very low to the ground. And there's a window. Okay, here's the ground, and here's the window, and there's a window sill right there. And right under the window sill were a bunch of dolls and dollhouses, and he threw me 2 over there, and I lose my balance and I fall. I trip on all the doll and dollhouses, and my nose, this part right here, just smacks the windowsill. Anyway, there's noise going on in the background. Anyway, so we know, as you can tell, right here, hits the windowsill very hard, and it's probably the most hardest I've ever screamed, ever. And everybody just springs out of their rooms because they hear me crying bloody murder. And I ended up going to the hospital, so there's blood everywhere. And at this point, I've never been to the hospital. Well, I obviously been to the hospital when I was born, but like since that, well, I did go when I was really little, but that's a whole different thing. But I've never really been to the hospital for, not that I remember. So this was very scary for me. I've heard a lot of stories of people dying in the hospital, and there's like movies of people dying in the hospital. So I thought I was gonna die in the hospital, even though I just had a dent in my nose. It didn't break, surprisingly. Like my parents thought it broke, or I thought it broke. Everyone just thought it was broken, but it didn't break, thankfully. But they said, yeah, we can't take care of this home. She needs to go to the hospital. And I was like, oh God, no. So they got like an ice pack. We had this weird ice pack thing. It was more like a block, and they wrapped it around in like a washcloth, and I just had to put it on my nose, which did numb it, but I didn't like it. And, oh, there I go again, touching my hair so much. I'm so annoying. Anyway, I don't remember much, but I remember we were at the hospital. They gave me very warm blankets. I don't remember what happened. We did get an X-ray. I don't remember what they said because at this point I wasn't paying attention and I didn't care, and it was more of what my mom had to worry about. Well, I still had worried about it, but I was sick, so I didn't really care. I ended up getting how many stitches? 6? 3? 6 and 3 other things. I did end up getting stitches in my nose. I don't remember. It was either 5 or 6. I got 5 or 6 stitches in my nose, and it was all red, and it was very noticeable. And I didn't like it because we came back home with McDonald's. What was it, McDonald's? We came back home with fast food, and all of my siblings were just staring at me. I was like, why are you looking at me? And they're like, well, Mom told us we had to look at you. And also, none of them got a full view of what it looked like, so they were curious. They wanted to see how my face was doing. And I didn't like it, so I just moved out to the living room and just ate out there. But it was like a table thing. The couch opens up into the table. That sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is, but it's a thing. So I ended up eating out there. Not part of the story, but I ended up keeping the stitches in for a week. I think a week. Everything's a blur at this point. I ended up keeping him for a week, but I wanted to keep him in for an extra day because I wanted to feel more special. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting my stitches out today, and it's so cool. Oh, I do remember a thing when I was getting my stitches that there was another little girl around my age at the time. I don't know if she was in the room right next to me, but she wasn't very far, and she was also getting stitches. I don't know where, she was just getting stitches. And she was screaming and crying, and my dad over exaggerates and said I didn't make a peep, but the whole time I was going, mm, mm, mm. I was making like grunting noises, but I wasn't like screaming, crying. This little girl was screaming. Like, oh, geez, is she dying in there? But, yeah. I got the stitches out. Sometimes I bring this story up because it's a story we all remember. And sometimes I make fun of my brother for it. And sometimes I hint at it and it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to get another scar. Right, Dylan? And he does feel bad about this story. He feels really bad about it, so I don't bring it up to... I feel bad bringing it up to him because I do it jokingly, and then I remember, oh yeah, he feels bad about the story. So, it's not his fault. I was the annoying little sister. I was very annoying, and it made him throw me into a windowsill. I just like to short down the story and say my brother threw me into a windowsill when it's the whole story, but just to short it down, I just say my brother threw me into a windowsill. So, yeah. Until I got this scar. I thought there was gonna be more detail into the story, but I was like 3 minutes in, and I was like, oh, this story is pretty much over at this point. So yeah, I have a scar on my nose. It's here forever. At one point, it started fading away. I was like, oh, it's gonna be gone here forever, but no, it's here. I'm not ashamed of it. I think it's like a battle scar. It's cool. It's a part of me. You can't really see it. I put it right here. Can you see it? You can see a little dent in my nose. Sometimes it's not noticeable at all, others it is. Okay, I'm looking right at it and it looks very noticeable. Like sometimes it's noticeable, others it's not. But yeah, I just want to explain the scar I have on my nose, and I just want to, just, there was an itch inside of my nose. I didn't like that. Anyway, I didn't really have a video, and I missed a few weeks of uploading, so I'm just gonna post on a random Wednesday talking about this thing right here. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Recolor, and Pinterest. I post a lot on TikTok. Well, I haven't posted in the last few days, but if you want more of my content, go on TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram if you want, but I mean to go on there so my mom can see my TikTok and she can like them. I just post some of my TikToks on there. Yeah. Pinterest is AlexaServer. Instagram and TikTok is Little Miss Joy 14. And Recolor is MissLexiBean. And they're all in the description, so you know how to spell them out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I love you all so much. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Goodbye. So weird. To call it my battle scar, even though I wasn't never in a battle. If someone ever asked me about it, just call it my battle scar. Yeah.